Magical Mystery School, and thank you so much for coming back. And of course, thank you all my lighthearted subscribers. And please do like and subscribe. It really just doesn't cost you anything, but it helps out the channel and all that good stuff. Okay, so for today, I'm going to go over some things that I think maybe I've forgotten, or and some new things like color and sound. So first off, I just wanted to mention triggers. Oh, and this is astrology class 43. Woo! All right. So when I was talking about transits, I'm not sure if I mentioned trigger transits. Now, when you've got a super slow transit coming on, so like say you got Pluto hitting your moon, okay? And you might say, oh, Auntie Eve, Pluto hit my moon yesterday and nothing happened. Well, that transit is really going to be in effect at least a week before and a week after, and maybe even longer. And I would include Pluto, Neptune, Uranus for sure in those super slow transits. And I'd even add your Saturn and Jupiter too. So what the triggers are especially the Sun and Mars. So, you know, the Sun goes around the whole wheel in 1 year. So possibly during that time when you're having that transit, when it's in orb, the Sun may come along and hit that moon and Pluto. It may square it, oppose it, trine it, sextile it, all those things, and that Sun will be a trigger for that slower moving planet. So that may be actually when you get the action. And Mars is also a really good trigger planet. And of course, you know, those are the two most powerful, you know, Mercury and Venus. And the moon too, when it, you know, it spends 2.5 days in a sign. So when it's going through that sign, especially if, like, say you're having that Pluto moon conjunction, when the moon goes through that sign, that area of your chart, you may really feel that transit. Okay. The next thing I wanted to clarify a little bit more was the ascendant. I got some great questions on that and your physical appearance. So we always, you know, the sign that's on your ascendant is always the first thing. It's the thing, the most important thing to look at. But if you also have planets in that first house, and especially if it's say 5 degrees on either side of that ascendant, those planets can color your ascendant also. And if you've got, and just, you know, other things, oh, the ruler of the ascendant, you might look and see where that ruler is in your chart. That could give you a little bit of color. Of course, you know, we are always going towards our sun sign. So your sun is also part of your who you are, who you're presenting. But that ascendant really is, that's when, like, somebody meets you right off the bat, or somebody sees you across the room, that kind of thing. They're going to see your ascendant. And also, if you have transiting planets going through that first house, I think I mentioned to you, like, Jupiter can kind of make you gain some weight. Saturn can make you lose some weight. Things like that, or make you seem more serious. I think a great example of that is Uranus is going through my first house. So here I am, lavender hair, pink gloves, and starting a YouTube channel. That's a little different, a little Uranian. So those transits can also make an effect. And remember I mentioned progressions? Yeah, so those are slow. Those, you know, you're not going to get a lot of action on that, but they do change too. Every 30 years they'll change to a different sign. So that can kind of mature your first impression personality. Okay, another really interesting thing I wanted to mention to you, you know, we've been primarily talking about planets and their sign and how they aspect each other and such. Well, a really cool thing to do is just line up all your planets. Don't worry about what sign they're in, from 0 to 30, and put them all in a row and see which ones are clumped together and which ones, like, you may have a whole bunch of planets right in the first 5 degrees, or you may have a bunch, in the teens or something like that. And what that can kind of give you some insight into is what your cycle is, because even if those planets are squaring, opposing, whatever, you're still going to get that cycle of, let's use the sun, since that, in 1 month it goes through a full sign. It may very well, you can, hit, oppose, trine, square, several planets that are all together. So that going from 0 to 30 is a kind of a fun exercise to do and get you more in tune with your cycles. We're kind of getting beyond beginners here a little bit, but we'll just keep going. And the last thing I want to mention there is the 29th degree. If you do have any planets in the 29th degree of any sign, that's considered a critical degree, or the anaretic degree, ANARETIC degree. And it's kind of just considered kind of a where you may know better, but you jump into things, you don't think things through quite like you should. And another thing, I've had a couple of people, astrologer friends, that have had 29 degrees on their ascendant. And one gal, she was a 29 degree Cancer. And she said, even though, I mean, she's, to look at her, you say, oh yeah, Cancer rising, she had the round face and all that good stuff. But it was like she always wanted to be a Leo. It was like something she always wanted to do. So look and see if you do have a 29 degrees anywhere, that may be part of it too, or just a critical degree there. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is color in the astrology. Color in astrology. And the best things that we can use, and you may even notice this when we go through these colors, you may go look in your closet and you go, oh my God, yeah, I'm using, the color of your sun sign is like, that's all my clothes are that color, or the colors around it, that kind of thing. Or your Venus colors can help you pick out presents for people and that sort of thing. And just decorating, what colors make you feel more relaxed or more energized and things like that. And also in meditation. So remember, colors can help you in that way too. And just remember, colors do have a vibration, and that's part of what I'm hoping is going on here with everybody who's watching these videos, that your vibrations are getting higher and higher and higher. Okay, I'm going to put you on pause, and we're going to look at the color wheel together. Okay, so here we go with the color wheel. And we always start with our 3 primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. And the 3 primary colors are associated with the 3 fire signs. So red goes to Aries, cardinal fire. Yellow goes to Leo, fixed fire. And blue goes to Sagittarius, mutable blue, or mutable fire. Then the secondary colors are the mixture of these two. And, I'm sure most of you probably know these, but just to review. So red and yellow make orange. And the secondary colors are always associated with the 3 air signs. So orange rules Gemini. Then we put yellow and blue together to get green. So green will rule Libra, cardinal air. And then we're going to put together blue and red to make purple. And that's going to be Aquarius, fixed air. And then the tertiary colors make up the water and the earth signs. And there's probably names for these colors, but for the most part, I'm just going to call them, like when we combine yellow and orange for Taurus, fixed earth, it's a fiery orangey red. So I'm just going to call that red-orange. When we combine orange with yellow, we're going to get a much lighter yellow, an orange yellow for Cancer, water, cardinal. And then when we mixed yellow and green, we're going to get this kind of bright green, spring green. When we put the yellow and green together for Virgo, which is mutable earth. And then green and blue make a turquoise or a sea green for Scorpio, fixed water. And then when we put blue and purple together, we get Capricorn, which is earth cardinal. And I've also put the house cusps here. That's a part of it too. And then our last but not least, when we put purple and red together, we get purpley red or a magenta for Pisces, the 12th sign. So, and also the same rules apply like a Taurus person. You know, the polar opposite of that is Scorpio. So that person may be very attracted to turquoises or blue, that sea green, that blue green, that kind of thing. So keep in mind all the, you know, the trines, the square colors, and everything that we've gone over. Okay, so again, this, you'll be using this more for, like, you know, meditation purposes or some clothing, decorating, and that sort of thing. Now, all these colors have a vibration, and I haven't explored it enough to be able to tell you what those are, but I am going to talk about next about sound and the astrology signs. So hang on. Oops. Okay, so this is a little, I'm just holding the camera here. I've just got a little electric piano kind of thing that I doodle around on once in a while. But just to let you know, if you are familiar, I wanted to show you these because there's our middle C, and I've got this put on organ instead of piano. So between middle C and the C above, whoa, see if I can, my camera just changed positions on me. Okay, we're going to have 7 white keys, okay? And then we have 5 black keys. So 7 plus 5 equal 12. So each one, the camera keeps doing weird things. Anyway, each one of these are going to represent, middle C represents Aries. So we go Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo. So E is Leo, etc. Whoops. And off we go. So I'm going to put you on pause for now, but I just wanted to show you that for any of you who are piano players. Okay. Okay, so that was kind of an adventure. So here you can see, for any of you who do know your musical notes, here we are again with middle C going up to Pisces. That's B, so we go C, C sharp, D, and I've put down here, this is each one of the signs, and then also its ruler, because the ruling planet also correlates with these colors. So if you want to take a screenshot of that, feel free to do that. And again, these are the kinds of things you want to use during your meditation, to your own clothing, that sort of thing, but especially with meditation. And if you like, well, I don't know, how in the heck do I, maybe you don't have a keyboard handy. There's tuning forks that you can use, and also just a good old, just a key to just, you know, get that note and think about that note while you're doing your meditation. Okay, so I think that'll be enough for today. I think we've gone over plenty of stuff for everybody. So feel free to take a screenshot of that. And I didn't hold this up to, if you wanted to take a screenshot of that. So feel free to do that too. To get my pink little hands out of the way here. Okay, there you go. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And just remember, from there to here, from here to there, funny things are everywhere. Bye. And we'll see you next time.